8 markers have tested positive for COVID-19 in the Free State. The province's education department says they're quarantining at home, and the marking rooms they were working in have been decontaminated. For more on this, let's speak now to Free State Education spokesperson Howard Ndaba. Mr. Ndaba, thank you very much for your time. Our first concern is obviously for the health and welfare of these markers. They are valuable education professionals. Can you give us an update on their condition? Are they all experiencing relatively mild symptoms?
Well, thank you very much for having us and the viewers of the eNCA. Firstly, I think we need to take this opportunity to really express our sincere gratitude to all the markers, 2,138 of them who have, in the midst of this variant, have committed to put the interest of learners at heart, but also to thank our partners, trade unions, teachers unions, who have also supported us during this trying time. We are left with only 4 days to end our marking, and so far in the province of the Free State, we only have only 8 cases of positive cases of COVID-19, and this is attributed to the behavior of our markers, of making sure that they follow religiously all the protocol regulations that relate to COVID-19, which include, among others, making sure that they sanitize and wash their hands regularly, wearing of their masks, keeping adequate social distance. So all of those markers, as you alluded in your introduction, they have been quarantined at home. We are happy that some of them are doing well. We will hear the report back from their family as to how are they doing. But so far, the marking is going very smoothly. And one of the things that, in addition to ensuring that the safety of our markers, also the quality, is clear that our markers are doing a very qualitative work. Because since the marking, we have not received any marking that are adverse with regard to the quality of marking. So we want to thank them profusely for the sterling work that they are doing for us.
Mr. Ndaba, there's only 4 days left, as you've said, but the safety and well-being of educational professionals needs to be protected long after the marking is completed. What is the possible exposure to colleagues that these 8 markers were working with? Have you identified whether they were possibly in close contact with colleagues, whether they contracted COVID-19 in the marking space or outside?
Indeed, we have to remember all our marking centers have what we call a COVID-19 compliant officer. And that compliant officer, we are working closely with the Department of Health. We are also working closely with our section, which is called Wellness Section. Where there's a case of COVID-19, we invite Department of Health come in, making sure that they advise us as to what the steps need to be taken. In these cases, we have made sure that we have managed to trace all the contacts, and those contacts have been asked also to quarantine at their home. In one cases where, for example, in one of the marking centers in Kroonstad, where there was one marker who was tested positive, what we decided, we have taken all those markers, there were 12 of them, we take them who are said to be in contact with the marker who tested positive. We have moved them from that center to another center to make sure that they mark there, so that we don't take any chance. The safety of our markers is paramount. The safety of our markers is priority number 1, in addition to quality of marking.
So apart from the 8 markers who have tested positive, have any other number of markers been removed from their marking duties to rather quarantine for safety?
Yes, apart from those who are said to be contacts of those markers have been advised to quarantine at their home, some of them for 5 days, and they will come back. And everyone who has been said, remember, in all these things, Department of Health give counseling to us, advise us on what steps to do, because we are teachers, we are education, we are working close with our partners, which include Department of Health. And I must indicate that indeed they are very helpful in any incident to help us, to advise us, to make sure that with them, to make sure our marking centers are not super spreaders.
Well, thank you very much for speaking to us. That was Free State Education spokesperson Howard Ndaba.